corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today we are doing the mid-year book freakout tag for 2022. I've seen a few creators do this. I watched Jordan Reads and someone else. I recently saw someone else put it up, and I just always love listening to people's answers, so I thought I would answer them too in case you are also interested in things like that. So let's just jump on into the questions. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for this though, so I can read them. Question number 1, best book you've read this year. It's a tough one. I've read some good ones. I've recently read some really good ones. I think I'm going to have to go with The Sentence by Louise Erdrich. I thought it was so good. I thought it was so well put together. Just a beautifully told story with so many different elements thrown in together that you would think, how is this going to work? But it just does. I thought it was great. So I'm going to have to, I think, go with that one for this. But it's tough because I've read a lot of great books this year so far. Best sequel you've read this year. I have not read a single sequel this year. I don't tend to read a lot of series because I hate waiting. I don't want to wait a year for the next book. So yeah, I don't think I've read a sequel, but I do know Lisa Jewell has the sequel to The Family Upstairs coming out this year, and I probably will read that because I read all of her books. So maybe that one, but so far, no sequels. New release you haven't read yet, but want to. I'm going to give that to The House Across the Lake, I think it's called, by Riley Sager. I have never read any of his books. I've heard so many people talk about so many of them, but I just haven't gotten around to picking one up yet. And I saw that one just came out, I think, on June 21st. So I've added it to my Amazon cart. And that's going to be the, not the next book talk, but probably the one after that. So we'll see how that goes. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Well, that's going to go to We Spread by Ian Reid. I've already read it and done a book talk on it, or a book review on it, I should say. That went up last week. And even though I've already read it, it's still I'm anticipating everybody being able to read it. I loved it. I loved him so much, and I have been just counting down the days until I could read it, and then I was lucky enough, thanks to the publisher and NetGalley, to be able to get my hands on an early copy. So that comes out on September 27th, and I know that date because it's my birthday. Other than that, another book that actually comes out on September 27th is Glass Houses by Melanie Murphy. I just love Melanie. She's a YouTuber and a writer. I read her first fiction novel, If Only, loved it, and I can't wait for Glass Houses. I can't wait. So we'll go with that one. She's just such a lovely storyteller. If you haven't read If Only, definitely check it out, especially if you love those stories where it's like the what ifs, you know? What if you could look at how your life would be different if you had made different choices? It's like that. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise. I don't know. I'm usually pretty good at only reading books if I have a good idea that I'm going to like them. I'm not sure. I felt pretty good about all the books that I read, and they were pretty similar to how I thought they'd be. I guess we could go with finding out that a book exists called Man F This House. What a fantastic title. I am sure this man is selling books based on that title alone, because it's what got me. Didn't even read the synopsis. I could tell from the title it's probably a haunted house story, and I love those so much. So I was just like, yep, instant buy. So I guess just the discovery that existed was a wonderful surprise. Favorite new author. That's a great question. Favorite new author. I read a lot of books this year by authors I already knew I loved, like Jennifer McMahon. She's been a favorite of mine for a few years now. Oh, I know who I'm going to say for this. I read The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, and I loved it. And I was immediately taken with her particular brand of storytelling. I've actually just got her book that comes out in October, Little Eve. I got an advanced copy of that, which will probably be my next book talk, and I can't wait to read it. So I'm going to go with her. She was... The Last House on Needless Street just blew me away. The planning that went into it, the way it's all put together was just... loved it. And so yeah, we're going to go with her for that one. Newest fictional crush. I don't really get fictional crushes, and to be honest, I don't really read the kind of books that would lend themselves to fictional crushes. I read a lot of horror and a lot of thrillers and mysteries, and that's not really, for me anyway, a feeling I get when I'm reading those books. Book that made you cry. Most recently was Hidden Pictures, which I have right here. I just filmed the book talk on this. The ending of this made me shed a few tears, for sure. That's the first one that's coming to mind. I'm sure there's been more. It's easy to make me cry, but that's the most recent one, so we'll go with that. Book that made you happy. Well, every book makes me happy, but I read Little Weirds by Jenny Slate. That one made me cry too, but it also made me happy. Just the way that she has of describing certain things, just the world around her, her world in general. I thought it was very charming. I know a lot of people didn't like it. They thought it was just, it's a lot of like stream of consciousness, sort of putting things on the page that flutter through your mind, but I liked that. I thought it was very sweet, very charming, so we'll go with that one. I'm sure there's others. Getting to read We Spread definitely made me happy. Most beautiful book you've bought or received this year. I've read so many with beautiful covers. I loved They Never Learn, that cover with the red hair on it. I like Hidden Pictures cover with the car and the man digging. I love Gabino Iglesias' cover for Coyote Songs. I love The Last House on Needless Street's cover. I mean, these days I feel like so many books just have beautiful covers. I feel like a lot of work gets put into designing and choosing the artwork. So, I mean, they're all lovely. I'm sure I'm not thinking of the one, but they're all lovely. Let's see what's next. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I don't know. I've got a TBR list with a bunch. I want to read The Little Stranger. I feel like this is the second or third year that I've done this exact tag, because it goes around every year. And in every video I mention The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. I think it's Sarah Waters. It's downstairs, so I don't have it here to look at me. I need to finish that this year. I need to. So that, then just plus everything else on my TBR. I'm kind of a mood reader, so is it all going to get read? I don't know. But it might. There's hope. And that, you guys, was the end of the tag. I thought there was one more question, but there isn't. So I hope you enjoyed this. Just a nice sort of quick, light video to share some book opinions with you guys. Let me know in the comments your answers to any of these questions, or just tell me what's the best book you've read so far this year. What book are you looking forward to the most? Do you have a current bookish fictional crush? Answer them all. I always want to know. And I will see you guys again real soon. Bye.